There's a growing concern about the risk of spreading Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox. Federal officials warn that we could see a resurgence of the virus as people gather for the summer and Pride Month.
ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott spoke with health experts. She is live from Tampa. And Larissa, doctors are keeping a close eye on the spread locally.
They are, Heather, and that's because cases have been reported in Tampa Bay. They are being investigated and tracked, and officials warn we could see more.
It's a disturbing infection that's related to smallpox virus, but not the same.
A global outbreak of Mpox began last May. Since then, the CDC has reported more than 30,000 cases in the U.S. and 42 deaths.
We sort of think it mutated in West Africa and last summer made it to Europe, America, and the rest of the world.
While cases have remained low over recent months, federal officials are sounding the alarm again after a cluster of cases was discovered in Chicago recently. As summer gatherings start, the CDC warns we could see a resurgence of the virus. And a new CDC study found that Hillsborough County has a 52% chance of an Mpox outbreak and Pinellas has a 48% chance.
There is a potential that, a spark can happen and suddenly we've got a big outbreak again.
Mpox typically begins with flu-like symptoms including fever, swollen lymph nodes, and muscle aches. Then it progresses to a rash or lesions.
At first, it doesn't bother the person, but then after several days, it seems to become very painful.
Typically, you could see a rash on the arms, legs, and hands, but lately doctors say the rash is behaving a little differently.
But we're seeing it more on the trunk, more around your mouth, around the anus.
Mpox is not airborne. It's spread through direct prolonged contact with someone who has an active rash or by touching something that's had contact with a rash. And while it is not a sexually transmitted disease, it can often be spread through close contact like sex.
Some of the recommendations are around safe sex, obviously, around protecting yourself.
Mpox can affect anyone, but spread has been concentrated in the LGBTQ community.
And the greatest risk group are men having sex with men, but in general, a sex act of any kind is at risk.
As Pride Month events are underway, health officials believe there will be a spike in cases and they want anyone celebrating to be on the lookout.
So it's a real concern that as everyone's sort of celebrating, getting together, sharing that close contact, that we could have some transmission occurring.
And there is a vaccine available. Officials encourage anyone who believes they may be high risk to talk to their doctor to get one. I'm live in Tampa this morning. Larissa Scott, ABC Action News.